Hi, I'm Paul Bennett, Downeast Thunder Creations, and this is my pal Ralph. And what Ralph does is help me set up the camera for different screenshots when I'm making videos. And I found this idea from, I think it was, I think John High's, I build it. I think that's where I got it from. I know other people have done it too. It works out pretty good. If I'm sitting down, I can adjust the height up and down. But what this is about is I'm revisiting our high wind load and high snow load greenhouse that I posted several months back. And instead of a slideshow video this time, I just did a quick walk around with a little bit more of an explanation. And because I had quite a few views of the original one, and people were interested. There will be a link in the description where you can find a set of drawings for the framework for that greenhouse if you're interested. There's no charge for that. It's free download in a PDF format. Thank you. It has been several months now since I posted the first video on our high wind, high snow load greenhouse, which was a slideshow video showing the steps of construction and with a little bit of information in the description. Well, it's a few years since we actually built it, and it has really stood up well. It was last winter when I posted the slideshow video, and it withstood another winter and came through very well. Several feet of snow over the winter, and it's sometimes up to hurricane force wind gust during our nor'easters, because we live right on the seacoast in northeastern Maine, up near the Canadian border. And I think part of the secrets is the fact that the width of the greenhouse is no wider than 10 feet. I think if it were wider, we might have some structural problems with regard to the high snow and high wind loads. And so I'm just going to take a walk around here. And it's I'm now into October, almost mid-October as I'm filming this. And so of course harvest is long past gone. We're not doing anything with it. We didn't do a late planting because we decided we're gonna tear up the beds and redo everything. But structurally, everything is sound. Everything is intact. The ribs that you see up there are spaced about 12 inches on center, and they're 3/4 inch electrical conduit, PVC conduit. And it's a pretty simple structure. In the description you'll find a link to where you can find drawings for the basic framework if you wanted to do something similar. Also note that the frames are 10 feet apart. This is a 20-foot long greenhouse, and the main frames here, these main frames, they're only 10 feet apart, and the width is no wider than 10 feet. So that keeps everything pretty rigid, and there's all kinds of bracing. These are 2x6s, these longitudinals. The ridge pole is also 2x6, and the post, the main framework is 2x4 pressure treated. Now some people are upset about pressure treated being used in a garden area. Well, you know what? If you want to build one of these, you don't have to use pressure treated. You can use whatever you like. Walk around the back side. We haven't trimmed any of the weeds, but you can see the roof up here. And the plastic is a commercial greenhouse plastic. My wife had ordered the plastic online through a greenhouse supplies dealer, and I don't know the name of it. And I'm not sure just how thick it is, but I know it's guaranteed for a few years, and so far it's been standing up well. We haven't had any rips or tears. Now you look up here and you see those vents. Well, one vent just has a mechanical fastening, a hinge that holds it open, and we just leave it open all season long. And the other one will open and close according to temperature. It has a Harbor Freight gas-filled cylinder that automatically opens the vent as the gas expands due to heat. And when it cools down, then it contracts and the vent closes. And we also they have a door at each end. The doors act as vents because there's a screen door in addition to an outer door covered with plastic that will be closed up during the winter. And we just let the wind flow through it. This is a very easy greenhouse to build. It's not difficult. And we also included hugelkulturs, which you can Google and check out. I won't go into that. But each row on the sides here, each row of garden is actually a hugelkultur. And that actually works out pretty good. It's like our vegetables are on steroids without using any chemical fertilizers. Our fertilizer comes from, well, if you look through that door at the far end, you see those chickens down there. They provide all the fertilizer for us. I got this idea on YouTube from a fella who calls himself LDS Prepper, and he has a few videos on this style. And I just took his idea, which he had got from somebody else. He made his changes. I just simply made a few changes to suit us here in Maine, and it's worked out quite well. I think we'll get a few more years of use out of this, and this was really an experiment. We wanted to see how this would work, this type of greenhouse combined with the hugelkulturs, and it's worked out quite well. So we may build some more of them. I wouldn't make it any wider, but you can extend it as long as you want, as long as you put another set of main frames about every 10 feet. You could extend it as long as possible, and you could make several of these. They're not really all that expensive to build. I think that our total expenditure for the entire greenhouse was somewhere in the neighborhood of about $600. And again, in the description there's a link. I just share the drawings for the basic framework, and it won't cost you anything to download them in PDF if you'd like. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it, and also like the video with a thumbs up and share it. Thank you very much.